It's funny to say welcome because I'm in your home, but welcome to the first ever personal Chancellor's Medal ceremony, the first ever in the history of the young UW-Tacoma, which is only 30 years old. This is a historic time for the university, as you well know. We're in the middle of a global pandemic, an extreme economic crisis, racial tensions, all kinds of things are going on, but we have this wonderful class of 2020 that has persevered through. But today isn't about this point in history of the University of Washington. It's about this point in history for this family and for this young woman. And we get choked up talking about her. I don't know her that well, but I know her story, and it is fantastic and a wonderful story. It embodies what we try to do at UW-Tacoma. I always like to speak of our campus as being here for the people, by the people, and of the people of the South Puget Sound. The people in these communities started our campus, and we are here for you. And we love to support our students. And when a student comes along like Letitia and is successful, that just makes us all so proud. So later this morning, Letitia is going to have her degree conferred virtually. That's a historic moment as well. We've never had all three campuses of the University of Washington working together in one ceremony like this. So I'm excited to be a part of that. I'm the kind of person that no matter what the conditions are, I like to enjoy what it is because it is what it is. And we're in this pandemic right now, but I can see smiles on all your faces too. You're so proud of your daughter or your niece or your friend or your neighbor. I don't know all your relationships yet. But anyway, you're so proud. So I am excited about going up and being part of that ceremony. So I can't confer her degree right now, but I will do that a little bit later in the day. I get to confer her degree actually on behalf of the Board of Regents. They have the power to confer the degree, but I will present her virtually to the faculty and to the board, and she'll get a degree later. But in our minds, she's already achieved that degree because we know she's finished her work. She's not doing any more schoolwork today. Hopefully that's all done. Everything is turned in, and she will have that bachelor's degree later this afternoon. But I'm here today to award her with the Chancellor's Medal. Now, as I said, there's going to be tens of thousands of students that are going to be awarded their degree today. And at UW-Tacoma, there's going to be over 1,800, something like 1,870 students will receive the degree. But out of all those students, one receives the Chancellor's Medal. We have a process on campus where we look at all the students that are graduating that year, academically, service-wise, what they've accomplished, where they've come from, how they've achieved to get there, and one receives this medal. And today that's going to be given to Letitia Romo Bueno. We're so proud of that. So before I bring her up here, is it okay if I tell a little family story as well? So when I learned that Letitia was going to receive this, I actually approved this award. I loved her middle name. My son, my oldest son, is Joseph Romo Pagano. So they share a middle name. So we shared the story about why he has that name, and she straightened me out why she has that name. But anyway, my son, when he was 16, he was a little ornery, and he got a beater car when he was 16, and we let him drive it to some friend's house. And when he came back, he had this grin on his face. And how many of you are parents? So you know when your son or daughter have done something they're not supposed to do by that grin on their face. And the reason he has that name is because my father is named Romo, so I gave him the middle name Romo. So he had this grin on his face. He came in. I said, "Why are you so late? You've been gone 3 hours. And why do you have that grin on your face?" He said, "Dad, I got to show you something." He pulled up his shirt, and right back here he has Grandpa's name tattooed on his shoulder, Romo. So I cried. I was so happy he didn't get in trouble. So I love that name, and I'm so proud to be able to give this medal to Letitia Romo Bueno. So Letitia, if you will come up here, I will get ready to receive you. you could come right over there. Stay over there. Now you all know Letitia's story, but I'm going to say it for the audience as well. She has a wonderful story. She immigrated to this country, I understand, about when she was 13. And I'm not going to ask her how old she is now. That wouldn't be appropriate. But I haven't seen her video yet, so I don't know her as well as I would like to. They're not going to let me see her video until it comes out today at the event. So I will watch it when I get home. But I know the adversity she's achieved. She came from poverty, a very poor place in her life, immigrated to this country at 13 and has persevered through, has 2 young children now, has found time to study and to get this degree with all the other things going on in the world. And I'm so proud to give this medal to her. I would normally place it around her neck, but I'm just going to put it on the table and allow her to do that. Maybe one of your family members can do that for you. So Letitia, on behalf of the University of Washington, does somebody want to come up? On behalf of the University of Washington, the faculty, the staff, and her fellow students, I grant her the Chancellor's Medal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Keisha, would you like to say a few words?
Yes. I'll start in English and then I'll go over in Spanish. I wanted to write something for today, but I was so overwhelmed and I just have so many emotions going on that putting them in paper was just impossible. I could live 1,000 lives and not in one of them believe that I would be here today. I stumbled along the way quite a bit. I'm so sorry. It's been hard and rough getting here today. I never lost hope, and that's how I got here. Because I definitely felt like it would never happen. But I don't know how and why. Mostly why, because my entire life I felt that I've been okay, but not good enough. And so being here, it proves otherwise. I can't understand how you all did this for me. It just doesn't make any sense with everything that's ever happened to me. This is just too much. You know, never in my life did I really think that this would happen, especially during these times. So I want to thank you for making this possible for me. Just being here with everything that's going on, it just means the world to me. I want to thank my parents because had they not have the courage and been brave enough to drag us all here,
Mom,
I wouldn't be here. They're resilient and I love them so much for everything. My husband, there was times where he worked 3 jobs, worked Monday to Sunday, so that I could be here, so that I could have the privilege of getting a degree. My children, because all the time that I've dedicated to study and doing my work and staying in school till 10 p.m. so that I could do my work, it's time that I wasn't able to spend with them. So one day, when they're old enough to understand, I want to say thank you to them. And the rest of my family for taking care of my kids when I was too tired to stay awake. Thank you. Quiero darle gracias a mis papás porque aunque no tuvieron que salir de donde venimos, lo hicieron y nos trajeron hasta acá porque arriesgaron todo, dejaron todo lo que tenían, todo lo que conocían para llegar hasta aquí. Porque nunca se rindieron, porque a pesar de todo y todos los dolores de cabeza que les di, siguen aquí conmigo. Porque no ha habido un día en lo que han dudado que yo podía llegar hasta aquí. Y porque me lo han dado todo. Aunque para ustedes sientan que no fue mucho, para mí lo es todo. A mi esposo, que hubo veces que trabajó, que tuvo 3 trabajos, que no descansó ningún día por meses, para que yo pudiera tener el privilegio de llegar aquí. Te amo. A mis hijos, que cuando estén lo suficientemente grandes para entender que aunque mucho me dolió el no poder estar todo el tiempo con ustedes y pasar ese tiempo estudiando o haciendo tarea o quedándome a la escuela hasta las 10 de la noche, pudieron superarlo junto conmigo. Esto es para ellos, porque siempre he tenido en la mente que todo lo que hago es para hacer que mi familia se sienta orgullosa y mis hijos tengan una vida mejor. Para mis hermanos que han cuidado a mis niños cuando yo he estado cansada de hacer tanta tarea o de estudiar, para que me pudiera tomar una tarde libre, gracias. Y es todo. Thank you.
Letitia, thank you very much for those heartfelt words. I unfortunately could not understand all of them, but I could tell they were from your heart and full of love. So it impacted me, but I don't want you to ever doubt how we chose you. It was easy to choose you for this ward. All of the faculty, staff, and students are behind you 100%. And I'm looking forward to seeing your video later today and learning more about you. And I'm looking forward to you actually getting your degree about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Did they come in the mail? Did you get it in the mail?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. Well, you'll get it soon. Actually, my stepson is graduating today too, so we're going to have a ceremony like this, not this fancy, in our backyard later today for him. His name is Christopher Roman Christopher Snow, and he's getting a degree in SIS.
Congrats, Christopher.
Yeah, thank you. So I believe this concludes the formal ceremony. Thank you all for being here in support of Letitia. We are so proud of her university, and I know you are as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I wish I could give you all a hug.
I know.